Have you ever found yourself staring out a window, letting your thoughts drift like clouds in the sky, and suddenly you feel just a little bit more at peace? Maybe you've closed your eyes for just a few moments after a stressful day, taken a deep breath, and felt your shoulders drop. The tension melt away, even just a little. That is the beginning of meditation. Today, we're going to explore a simple question that opens a doorway into the deep. What is meditation? But this isn't a lecture. It's not a sermon or a sales pitch. This is a guided journey through ideas, stories, science, and silence. Whether you've meditated 1,000 times or this is your first encounter with the idea, you're in the right place. So sit back or lie down, or maybe take a walk while listening. There's no wrong way to explore this, because meditation is not about doing it right. It's about being and noticing, and gently waking up to the life you're already living. Let's begin. Meditation is ancient, older than smartphones, older than books, older than most religions. Thousands of years ago, on riverbanks in India, in mountain caves of Tibet, in quiet groves of Greece and Egypt, humans sat in stillness, in silence, in observation. They didn't call it meditation at first. They didn't need to. It was just being. Over time, cultures gave it names. Dhyana in Sanskrit, Zazen in Zen Buddhism, contemplative prayer in Christian mysticism, Muraqabah in Sufi tradition. But what were they really doing? They were listening to their breath, to their thoughts, to something beyond thought. They were noticing the space between moments, that still, quiet place where time seems to soften, and where something bigger than ego begins to emerge. And though they came from different places, their discoveries were similar. When we pause, when we really pay attention, we come home. Now fast forward to now, today, we live in a world of constant movement. Dings, pings, notifications, endless scrolling, multitasking, mind racing, body tense, breath shallow. We're more connected than ever, but somehow more distracted, more overwhelmed, more out of sync with ourselves and the human nervous system. It wasn't designed for this. That's why meditation is more than a nice idea today. It's medicine for the modern mind. Studies from Harvard, MIT, UCLA, they're all confirming what the ancients already knew. Meditation rewires the brain. It strengthens focus, softens anxiety, lowers blood pressure, improves sleep, and, perhaps most importantly, it reconnects us to our inner clarity. So while the world outside shouts, meditation whispers, you're not your stress, you're not your thoughts, you're not your calendar or your to-do list, you are here, and that is enough. Before we go deeper, let's clear up a few myths. Meditation is not about emptying your mind. Try to stop thinking, and you'll likely just think about trying to stop thinking. Meditation isn't about control. It's about awareness. Thoughts will come. That's okay. The practice is noticing them and gently returning to your anchor, your breath, your body, a sound, a phrase, a still point inside. It's also not about escaping reality. In fact, meditation brings you closer to it, closer to the truth of your emotions, closer to your body's signals, closer to the life happening in this moment. And no, you don't have to sit cross-legged on a mountaintop. You can meditate in a chair, on the bus, in your kitchen, even while walking your dog. Meditation is less about where you are, and more about how you are. Now that we know what meditation isn't, let's talk about what it can be. There are hundreds of meditation styles, and you don't need to master them all, but knowing a few can help you find your fit. Mindfulness, meditation, this one's popular for good reason. You focus on the present moment. Without judgment, you observe your thoughts, feelings, sensations, like leaves floating down a stream. Mindfulness helps build non-reactivity. You notice and choose your response rather than getting swept away. Focused attention, meditation. Here, you'll focus on something specific. Your breath, a candle flame, a mantra, a sound. When your mind wanders, and it will, you gently bring it back. Over and over, this strengthens concentration. Like a mental gym workout. Loving kindness, meditation, you send warm, kind thoughts. To yourself, to others, even to people you struggle with. It softens the heart, builds compassion, and can dissolve deep layers of resentment. Body scan. You move your attention slowly through the body, from head to toe, noticing, relaxing, allowing. This builds awareness of your body's needs and helps release hidden tension. Guided visualization. You're led through a scene, maybe a forest, a beach, or a glowing inner light. This taps into your imagination, activates the parasympathetic nervous system, and promotes deep healing. Mantra or chanting. You repeat a word or phrase, silently or aloud. It could be spiritual, like Om or peace, or something personal. The rhythm creates focus and lifts you into calm. There are many more. Transcendental meditation, Christian contemplative prayer, breathwork, chakra meditations, but they all lead to the same door. Presence, awareness, connection. Let's talk brain. When you meditate regularly, amazing things start happening inside your head. MRI scans show the amygdala, the fear center, gets smaller. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for decision-making and focus, gets stronger. The default mode network, the system involved in daydreaming and self-referential thinking, calms down. Translation: less anxiety, more clarity, better choices. And the benefits go beyond the brain. Heart rate slows, blood pressure drops, inflammation decreases, sleep improves, immune response strengthens. Meditation doesn't just change your mind. It changes your biology. Here's something beautiful. You already have everything you need to meditate. You don't need an app. Just pause, breathe, notice. The breath becomes a doorway. The body becomes a teacher. The silence becomes a friend. You might find emotions surfacing. Joy, sadness, frustration, peace. Let them come. Each one is a visitor, knocking at the door of your awareness, not to invade, but to be seen, and maybe released. The more you listen inwardly, the more you start to hear the voice beneath the noise. That gentle knowing, that deeper wisdom, that still, small voice. You might be wondering, how do I start? Here's a simple way. Find a quiet space, sit or lie down comfortably, close your eyes or lower your gaze. Take a deep breath in and out. Begin to notice your breath when your mind wanders, and it will gently return to your breath. Start with 2 minutes, then 5, then 10. Use a timer if you like, or a guided track. Be kind to yourself. There's no perfect way. Just show up, over and over, with curiosity. Meditation isn't a destination. It's a relationship with yourself, with life, with the present moment. Let me share a story. There was a woman, overwhelmed by life, work stress, family tension, chronic fatigue. She tried everything: therapy, supplements, long vacations. Nothing worked. Then, one day, she sat for 5 minutes, doing nothing. just breathing, just noticing. She did it the next day, and the next. Weeks passed. Something shifted. The stress was still there, but she wasn't drowning in it. She could breathe again, respond instead of react. That woman was my daughter, and her story is just one of millions. A man used meditation to recover from grief. A teen used it to manage panic attacks. A nurse found presence in the chaos of a hospital ward. The world didn't change, but they did. And that's the quiet power of this practice. So, what is meditation? It's not magic, but it is transformational. It's not religious, though it can be sacred. It's not rigid, though it brings structure. It's not about perfection, but presence. Meditation is remembering who you are beneath the noise. It's waking up to the miracle of this moment. It's discovering that peace isn't somewhere out there. It's inside you. Always was. Always will be. You just have to pause and listen. Thank you for joining me on this journey. If this sparked something in you, keep exploring, keep breathing, keep noticing, because every moment is a doorway. Every breath, an invitation, and every time you sit in silence, you plant a seed of peace in the garden of your life. Until next time, be still, be kind, be here. If this video spoke to you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could use a moment of peace today. And if you'd like more guided reflections, explore the TranquiLush meditation channel. There's a whole library waiting for you. TranquiLush, peace in life's rush. That's what we're all about. See you in the next one. Lush Shiners.